You know, I think the Love After Lockup franchise had so much drama last season that this season they decided to get wannabe actors because there is no way in hell this drama is real. Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole giving you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. And this is my review on Love During Lockup Season 4, Episode 53. And I just realized I did not write down the damn title in my notes. That should actually tell you how much I didn't give a damn about this episode. This episode was boring, okay? Yeah, I'm starting to realize that maybe production was so drained from last season, they are creating some fake storylines this season because nothing feels real right now. Nothing. Maybe one or two couples, maybe. But right now, I'm not convinced. So we're going to start off with, in my opinion, the fakest storyline between Letitia and Keith. So, of course, the last episode, the phone disconnected randomly. And Keith calls her back, says that he has not slept with her so-called employee. And then she goes into this mode about how she loves her man, she trusts her man, which I said last episode, regardless on if this was a true storyline and he did sleep with your so-called employee, you're not going to leave him anyways, which is why she constantly talks about his anaconda, which honestly, you're just promoting your man and his peen. That's really smart. He's been locked up for how long? And you really think when he get out, he ain't about to show off that anaconda to other women? Okay. So with that, she even has a scene, a fake scene, with Keith having his actual name on a name tag on this desk. And he is literally on the phone talking to Letitia's so-called employees. If that wasn't the fakest scene, I was just like, really, y'all? Like, I understand certain reality shows have certain, scripted scenes, but just make it to where you're not insulting my intelligence. Like, come on. Then she has a scene where she's driving and she says that she wants her hubby to be involved in her business, but she needs to speak to her attorney. And she actually says, my attorney. She needs to speak to her attorney first to see what he thinks about the situation. But then when we see the scene with her and the attorney, they introduce themselves to each other like they've never met before. She's like, oh, I'm Letitia. And he's like, oh, you're Letitia. And she walks in and she's like, oh, this is a nice office. But you said that was your attorney. As if, like he was yours, like he was on retainer or something. You didn't know that man, which is why I was like, okay, this is another fake scene. And then the funny part about it is, I will say this was a funny moment. She's talking to him, and this damn attorney is talking to her like she is a straight dumbass. He's like, you do know what conspiracy is, right? You do know conspiracy and drugs deal with finances, right? That mess was hilarious. I did laugh at that point. And so he's like, look, you can't have him involved in your business. The whole point of you being a licensed tax professional is to keep your clients away from people like your damn husband. So with that, she's like, well, I want to start a business with him. What should I do? And, the attorney said, well, maybe you should do a post-nup. So then that way, now that you guys are married, you guys have some type of agreement where if something does happen, it protects both of you. But, again, made up drama. Like, come on. Like, honestly, all of the BS, like I said, that's going on outside of this show is more interesting. Like, she's better off creating a YouTube page and just telling us her story, about her alleged criminal past at this point. So moving on, we have Ranika, and she is talking to her mother, which her mother looks like her sister or her friend. Her mother looks good for her age, okay? And, her mother is pretty much telling her the same thing that her sister said, that she's a damn fool for leaving Kentucky and her whole entire family to chase after this guy. And, again, I personally think, and Ranika actually says in this episode, that she wants to leave and build in a better city. I think that was her initial goal in the first place. Now, why couldn't she be on her grown woman stuff and just leave just because? Maybe because she didn't have the funds to do it. Like I said, and the show is helping her. But she does mention she wants to build in a better city. I mean, honestly, if I had to choose between Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, and Atlanta, Georgia, hell yeah, I'm going for Atlanta. But with that, she keeps telling her mother that Asante, whatever his name is going to treat her like royalty and treat her like a queen. But I don't see how he's going to do that when you are paying for him. You're giving him money monthly, okay? You're paying for conversation. How he's going to treat you like royalty? What has he done for you besides give you conversation? What has he done for you besides pick up the phone and talk to you? I'm confused, but okay. So she goes out to her going away party / performance with her sister, her mama, her friends, and her sister Shakoila, who we actually met last episode. She's going off about how you leaving us to chase some D. You leaving us to chase some D. And so she's talking to the cameras and she's like, I can't believe she leaving. She taking my nieces. And she's like, I'm mad, bitch. And I'm like, I'm mad too for this fake ass scene, this fake ass episode, because all of a sudden, because her family is going in about how she's leaving, Ranika calls security to kick her family out. And the whole entire time that Ranika is doing all of this, she has a little smirk on her face. So I was just like, okay, what is this? Is this your Martin moment where you like get to step in and get the hell out? Because it, again, seemed very fake. And in my personal opinion, if it was that real and she was kicking her family out, I'm sorry, but Shakoila, her sister, and her mama look like they could ragtag Ranika's ass. If they was really pissed off, they probably would have put hands on her because they look like they got hands. Sorry. So it just didn't ring true. And she got on stage to do her so-called performance and saying, don't let the haters get to you or whatever the case may be, even if they your sister and your mama. Gosh, you guys, is it just me? Like, seriously, I just feel like none of this was real. None of it. I was just looking at it like, okay, like, y'all couldn't do a better job than this, but y'all let me know. Maybe I'm just over reality shows right now. I would love to get back to scripted television, but there's no scripted television right now because everyone's on strike. But I just felt like it wasn't true. But y'all let me know. So, moving on. We finally meet Savannah and Jake, okay? Savannah is like 26 years old. Jake is 30, and he is in prison for first-degree robbery. Now, Savannah lives in Iowa also, and she says she loves acting, and she loves working in theater, and she loves attention. So yeah, another reason why I'm side-eyeing, I'm like, why are you really on this show? Like, are you trying to show off your acting skills? Like, what's the point? But Jake has been in jail since he was 19 years old. And she says she has never met anyone on her level until she met Jake. Baby girl, you're 26 years old. And you're saying on your level, you haven't met anyone on your level until you met Jake, who is in jail. Maybe you need to move out of Iowa. Just saying. Maybe that's the case. Because I'd be damned if you feel like someone on your level is in prison and has been in prison since he was 19 years old. Then, child, then she says that the best sex that she has had is on the damn phone with Jake. Gosh, that's some pathetic shit. You are 26 years old. You are in your 20s. And you are saying that the best freaking freaky tales that you have had has been on the phone? Girl. Ugh. I couldn't believe she said that. So then, she's talking about how she wants to get engaged to Jake. But she said that it's because of her lack of relationship with his mother. I guess Jake's mother and her don't get along is the reason why Jake is so hesitant to actually propose to her or make that commitment. And so basically Savannah says Jake's mom thinks I'm a crazy bitch. Jake's mom may have a point. Just saying. So we see her in the next scene. She's, I guess, trying to get letters together for Jake so she can try to, I guess, get him a pardon so he can get out of jail early or out of prison early. And she gets a call from him and she starts crying because I guess her friend is supposed to help her, but her friend's not answering the phone. Then she calls Jake's aunt and she's not answering the phone, so she feels like she's all alone to write these damn letters by herself, and she's crying, and she's like, why won't people be, committed to helping me get you out? And he's the only one who sounds realistic in this moment, and he's like, look, it is what it is. Like, I've learned that I can't necessarily have that commitment with people. And he even says, kind of just put it like I died 12 years ago. Like, I don't exist to a lot of people right now. And again, like, I don't think it's necessarily that you don't exist, but just because you're in jail, everyone else doesn't need to be in jail. Like, people have lives outside of dealing with you all the time. So then she brings up, wanting to be in a committed relationship again with him. And then we find out that Jake's mother, which I can't wait to meet her. We have to meet her at this point since her existence keeps being brought up. Jake's mom. Jake's mom apparently met this guy that is from the same city or town that Savannah is from. And this guy apparently said that he used to deal with Savannah. And the mom found out that Savannah was dealing with this guy while she was dealing with Jake. Savannah says it's not true. Jake is like, look, I don't necessarily know if it's true or not. So she thinks that's the reason why Jake doesn't want to be committed to her. I don't think Jake wants to be committed because Jake knows when he gets out of jail, he's not going to commit to anyone again. But at the same time, if this was a real storyline, don't think Savannah and Jake is a real storyline either. But yeah, we're going to move on. So we're going to move on to Money Jade and Crazy Chris, okay? And they're talking, and pretty much Jade says that she is going to come to South Dakota with her sister, and Chris is hesitant over the visit, saying that he feels like Jake's sister doesn't have his best interest at heart, and she wouldn't. Damn it. She's supposed to have the best interest of her sister. Okay? Not you. She doesn't know you. She knows her sister. So then they have a moment of freaky tales over the phone, and that was just pretty much it with them. So moving on. So we have Andy and Brittany. And Andy, who looks like he lives in like a trailer park or a mobile home, something. And he literally is talking to Brittany. Brittany is going off about how Andy lied to her and how she says, you made it seem like you was this Brady Bunch dad and you're not. Your kids are talking about how you pretty much abandoned them. And she says how Andy likes to avoid problems, which I said that in my last review. He avoids problems. And then this fool in his confessional says that he doesn't know why his daughters feel that way because he would sometimes leave temporarily, but he wouldn't leave for weeks or months. He would leave for a couple of days to clear his mind and come back. Yeah, I don't know real parents who do that. I'm sorry. Real mothers and fathers understand that they just can't temporarily leave for a couple of days and just come back and want to be a parent again. Like, you just can't do that. Parenting is 24/7. So, child, Andy got issues. So at that point, she's like, look, I don't want you coming down here because my kids are going to be here and I've put my kids through a lot of stuff and I don't need you adding to it. And all this time that he is talking to her, this fool kept kicking freaking baskets worth of clothes on the damn ground. And that was really bothering me. Maybe because I'm a laundry whore. But I was just like, why do you keep kicking the damn clothes on the ground? Like, what is this? So he's pretty much like, I just can't believe this and I just don't understand it. Andy, like, you need some serious counseling and therapy before you get into any relationship. And how about fix your relationship with your kids before you get into a relationship with another woman? How about that? So, moving on, we have Brittany and Croc. And Brittany is showing off her damn bed with the lights on it. Child, bless her heart. I'm not going to say nothing. Look, if she happy with that damn bed, let her be happy. If she like the lights, honey, enjoy them damn lights. It is what it is. I'm going to be nice. But we find out that Brittany and Croc's family moved to a bigger place and how she and her friend was talking about at one point she used to be homeless. But I'm like, baby girl, if your name is not on that lease wherever you actually moved to with Croc's family, technically you're still homeless, okay? Because they can kick you out at any point, okay? So she is talking about having a child and saying that she will carry Croc's eggs and then they're going to find a donor, and how she is going to ease her family into meeting Croc. And then we find out while she's talking to her friend and her friend leaves that she was supposed to have a virtual video visit with Croc at 8:30 and she's like 3 minutes late to it. So when she finally gets a hold of Croc, Croc goes off about missing the damn visit and saying that he doesn't want to do visits anymore and hangs up the phone. And I was just like, here we go with that controlling nonsense. And then Brittany is like, you wait so long, you wait days, you wait, whatever. And, at least I can, be on time. And, I know I have a visit with, him tomorrow, but I don't know at this point. Brittany has truly given all of her devotion and everything to Croc because she even says that her and her family don't get along. So her family is pretty much him and his family, which is so unhealthy because at this point, you can tell Croc understands that. So he's taking advantage of it. He knows that Brittany's going to come back crawling and crying because she is really lonely at this point. Without Croc and her family, she doesn't really have anyone. And, it's just a sad situation. I don't know. Gosh, like, I think Brittany is just lost and lonely. I really don't think she takes this situation seriously with Croc. And I don't think Croc takes this seriously with her also. Again, it just seems very convenient. And, Croc, of course, is in prison. So when he gets out, how convenient is Brittany going to be? But with that was the end. Yeah, that was it. This episode was boring as hell, y'all. And I'm sorry. It just seems very plotty. Yes, and I'm saying plotty. Very plotty, very scripted. A lot of BS. What do you guys think about the episode? What do you think about this season so far? Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.